guys, welcome back. It is Carrie from Carrie Bowberry Co. coming at you from Carrie Bowberry Co. headquarters, and I am sitting here with my new equipment. I've got some new lights, I've got a new tripod, so I am all about this. I'm trying out all the different spots that I can record videos for you guys, so you'll probably see all the different corners of my home within the next couple of weeks. However, I am super excited about this spread this week because it is super girly and super feminine, and I've decided that that's just who I am. I'm going to embrace it and just let it happen. So hope you're okay with that, but I just basically let out all of the girliness on this spread because I was looking for some inspiration for my spread this week, and I came across the fact that the flower of the month in January is a carnation. So I just decided to highlight the carnation this week, and then that's how it turned into this crazy, girly, feminine spread. It's actually pretty reminiscent of my daughter's nursery. So I guess anytime that I am just feeling all the girly vibes, then this theme is what comes out of me. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into it. Okay, so I did pencil everything out beforehand because the carnation is such a full flower with such dense petals that I was pretty nervous about how to go about this. I didn't really know where to start. So I did look up some YouTube videos to kind of help with the process, and I found a really good one by Shayda Campbell that helped me a lot with this spread. So I'm gonna link her video on how to draw carnations down in the description box. And then on the next carnation that I draw, then I will kind of walk you through what I learned in that whole process from Shayda's video. So thank you, Shayda, if you happen to catch this tiny little YouTuber's shout out to you. But I'm just going through, I wanted to try to keep the carnations really kind of blushy pink. I didn't want to go super duper bright with the pinks. I wanted to keep it as soft and light as possible, but I'm going through with a slightly darker pink right now to add some shadow, just so that it looks 3D, so it has some depth and definition. Okay, so what I learned from Shayda is that when you start in the middle, you kind of go into a squiggly S line and make it super jagged and ruffled, and then you go out from there and do rows of those jagged petals. And she really goes in depth on how to kind of sketch it out beforehand with your pencil to kind of go from a rough sketch and kind of map out everything first. So she shows you exactly where the center of the flower needs to go. She shows you how many rows you need to make for your petals, all that good stuff. And she even shows how to do like a profile view of a carnation, but I mostly just went with the full bloom of the carnations in this spread for the most part. So now I want to add in some gold elements, so I am going over with a kind of gold color marker, but then I trace over top of that with my gel pen. I believe it's called Stardust, and I love this pen because it's so versatile and I can make any metallic color that I want with it. So when I put it over top of a yellow like this, then it gives kind of a gold metallic look, but I've also used it over top of like a reddish brown color, and that makes it look like a rose gold, which is gorgeous. And then I've also used it over top of gray to make silver. So I just love this pen. I think that it has been a really nice addition to my supplies for my planning and drawing and all that good stuff. So we really have no concrete plans as far as social events go this week. It's pretty empty, so that's why I went a little overboard with the decorations in the weekend area on Saturday and Sunday. But I definitely still left a lot of white space in the weekdays because, you know, I need my to-do lists and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I need my motivation and everything like that. So over here, I'm starting in the middle with kind of those ruffled squiggles in the middle, and then going out from there. And really, I am only using, I think, some of the flowers have 3 different color pinks, but some of them only have 1 or 2. And so I am using the marker medium to my advantage. So what's great about using markers is that more strokes equals more pigment. So you can get darker and lighter tones with the same marker. So some of these are you know, I wanted a darker center and for it to be lighter out towards the middle, but the lighter flowers, some of them I wanted to not be too dark and to have too deep of a pink in there. So some of them I just did extra strokes with the same light pink marker, and that still gave it that depth and dimension that I was looking for. So I'm going in here because I wanted this flower to look lighter than the one next to it. So I'm going in with my white gel pen just to make those petals out on the outer edges look a little bit lighter. And I am doing a quote in gold here. I had penciled it out first, so I just erased it to lighten the pencil marks. So I'm just going over it with my marker, and then I will trace over that with my Stardust gel pen. And the quote says, "She turned her can'ts into cans and her dreams into plans," because that is what I am trying to do with my goals and my plans for this year. So gotta stay motivated. So I've been putting a lot of these motivational type quotes in my journal lately, and I am not mad about it. So down here I'm doing another little lettering quote. It was inspired by when I was going through and picking out inspirational pictures for this spread, I found this cute little donut sign that said "Life is sweet," and or maybe it said "Love is sweet," I can't remember, but it made me think of the lyrics to the Carrie Underwood song, which is what I've written down here. It's called, it's not called. The lyrics go, "Life is short, love is sweet, ain't no time like this time, baby." And I have just always loved that song. I think I was listening to that album around the time that I met my husband, so I was all like giddy and in love when I was listening to that album. Has that ever happened to you where you like listen to an album and it just takes you back to that time in your life and you get all nostalgic? That's what music does for me for some reason. So that's where this song always takes me back to, is when my husband and I first started dating and I was all giddy and stupid in love. So, and I'm just making a little gold border around here, and then now it looks really cute because that carnation is just kind of peeking out from behind this quote box. And again, just going over it with my Stardust gel pen. You have to go over it a couple different times because you guys probably remember gel pens from like elementary school, how, you know, they sometimes, you know, don't make a solid line. So I have to go over it a couple times. So what I've been finding recently is that I try really hard not to do YouTube or Etsy stuff over the weekends. I try to spend it with my family as much as possible. So I have found that Monday is a super busy, productive day. And most of my Mondays the last couple of weeks have just been full to the brim of to-do lists. So that is what I decided to do with the Monday on this week I just decided to make a little to-do list box, and so now it's pretty. Now I don't have just a ugly handwriting long list and crossing out. However, what I did realize is that those two gold boxes next to each other were a little bit too much for me. I wanted to break them up a little bit, so I decided impromptu to add another carnation. So you'll kind of see this process from the beginning. I went in and did the little squiggles in the middle and then added the ruffles, and then I just started going out from the center and doing rows and rows of those ruffled petals. So, and then I tried to leave some gaps there, but I didn't end up loving how that looked. So I'm going to go back in and add a couple more petals to that outside rim, just to fill it out a little bit more. And there we go. Now that's all perfectly broken up, and the two gold boxes aren't, so ridiculously close to each other. So now down here I am working on my habit tracker. I do this every week. If you're new to my videos, this is what I do every week just to keep myself in check with my daily little habits and chores that I am trying to get better at doing every single day. So I just have a little icon for each chore, and then over on the left side I have a row for each day of the week, and then every day I go across and color in the box for each icon if I have completed it. So there's getting up at 6, taking my medicine, flossing, doing my makeup, washing dishes, washing bottles, doing a load of laundry, and vacuuming. So no, not every day do they all get filled in. I have never, ever, ever had a week where every single box is filled in. But it's a nice little reward to complete a task, to just be able to color in a little bit of a box. And that is so sad that that's what adulting has come to. But you gotta do what you gotta do. So I left this box for last because I wasn't exactly sure if I wanted it to be pink or if I wanted it to be gold. However, when I got to this last part, I realized that I didn't have any pink boxes, so if I did a pink box, then I felt like it would be out of place. So I went with gold. And now I'm just going in with my black Sharpie pen. I think the tip on this is a 08 size, but I'm just going through to divide up my days now that I know where I'm done making decorations on the spread, so now I know what to go around. I like to do this part last because I don't like there to be black lines going through any of my designs or any of my boxes or anything like that. So, and now I have just written January, and then I'm going to start doing the dates. And I have to keep turning back to the previous page so that I can make sure that I'm putting the right dates on here, because that is definitely something that I would do. And what I actually did, but I ended up cutting it out, was that I accidentally skipped the 17th. I went from 16 to 18, and then I had to go and white it out and fix it. So there's that. But I'm just going over the dates again with the Stardust pen, and now just writing in the days of the week with a Crayola Supertip pink marker and just doing my faux calligraphy technique. And so all I'm doing is writing out the word and then just making the downstrokes of each letter a little bit thicker. And that will just about do it for the carnation spread. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed my carnation spread this week, and I hope that you will tune in again next week. If you haven't already, go ahead and follow me on Instagram at CarrieBowberryCo, and you'll see all of my after the pen posts. You'll see all of my announcements and all that good stuff. So go check that out, and if you have not already, I hope that you will subscribe. Thank you guys so much. I will see you next week. Mwah. Love ya.